Did you know that some ancient rituals were believed to bring death to their participants? Throughout history, rituals have been a profound expression of culture, belief, and the human quest for connection with the divine or the supernatural. From invoking blessings to warding off evil, ancient civilizations performed intricate and often perilous rituals that went beyond the bounds of everyday life. These rituals, steeped in mystery and shrouded in secrecy, were not mere performances. They were acts of faith, courage, and, at times, unimaginable risk. 1. The Maya bloodletting rituals. In the heart of Mesoamerica, the Maya civilization practiced one of the most intense and dangerous rituals known as bloodletting. This practice involved the deliberate cutting or piercing of the body to draw blood, considered a powerful offering to the gods. High-ranking individuals, including kings and queens, would pierce their tongues, earlobes, or genitals using sharp obsidian blades or stingray spines. The blood was collected on strips of paper, then burned as an offering to communicate with the deities or ancestors. Bloodletting was a profound act of devotion and a demonstration of one's dedication to the gods, believed to bring fertility, ensure cosmic balance, and secure prosperity. The ritual's danger lay not only in the physical pain and risk of infection, but also in the spiritual consequences believed to follow if the gods were not appeased. 2. The Aztec Flower Wars. The Aztecs, known for their complex society and rich culture, also engaged in a deadly ritualistic practice called the Flower Wars. Unlike typical warfare aimed at conquest, these battles were prearranged skirmishes with neighboring states. The primary goal was to capture prisoners for sacrificial purposes rather than kill them outright. These prisoners would later be sacrificed in grand public ceremonies to appease the gods, particularly Huitzilopochtli, the sun god. Participants in the Flower Wars were well aware that defeat meant a fate worse than death. They would be marched to the top of a pyramid where their hearts would be cut out as offerings to the gods. This ritual was dangerous not only for the captives, but also for the warriors who risked their lives and spiritual purity in battle. 3. The Spartan Crypte. In ancient Sparta, the Crypte was a secretive and brutal rite of passage designed to toughen young Spartan males and instill fear in the Helot population, who were essentially serfs to the Spartans. Each year, young men who had undergone military training were sent out to the countryside with minimal supplies and a dagger. Their mission, to survive, and more disturbingly, to kill any Helot they encountered as a demonstration of their stealth, ruthlessness, and loyalty to Sparta. This ritual was a harrowing test of endurance and psychological resilience, pushing the young Spartans to embrace violence and live off the land. The danger was ever present, as failure could mean death at the hands of the Helots or severe punishment by their own people. The Egyptian opening of the mouth. In ancient Egypt, death was not the end but a transition to another form of existence. The opening of the mouth ceremony was a crucial ritual that aimed to restore the senses of the deceased, allowing them to enjoy the afterlife fully. This complex ritual was performed by priests using special tools to touch the mouth, eyes, and ears of the mummy, symbolically restoring the ability to speak, see, and hear. While this ritual might not seem dangerous at first glance, the stakes were incredibly high. If performed incorrectly, it was believed that the deceased would be unable to access the afterlife, condemning their soul to eternal wandering. Thus, the ritual placed immense pressure on the priests to succeed, as the consequences of failure were considered dire for both the deceased and the living. 5. The Inca Capacocha. Sacrifice. High in the Andes Mountains, the Inca civilization conducted the Capacocha, a sacrificial ritual of immense religious significance. Children, chosen for their purity and physical perfection, were sacrificed to appease the gods during times of crisis, such as droughts or after the death of a Sapa Inca, emperor. These children were taken to the summits of high mountains, dressed in fine clothes, and given a drink laced with coca leaves or maize beer to numb their senses. They were then left to succumb to the elements or buried alive. The danger of this ritual lay in the harsh conditions of the high-altitude environment, the emotional trauma for the children and their families, and the deep spiritual implications for the Inca people, who believed that the sacrificed children would become divine messengers. Make sure to subscribe for more amazing content. 6. The Hindu fire walking. Fire walking, known as Thimithi, is a ritual still practiced in various parts of the world, including in India and Southeast Asia. This ancient Hindu ritual involves walking barefoot over a bed of hot coals or stones as an act of devotion, purification, and penance. Participants believe that if they are spiritually pure and devoted, they will not be harmed by the flames. The danger of this ritual is evident, as walking on hot coals can cause severe burns, infections, or worse if not done correctly. The ritual requires immense mental preparation, faith, and physical resilience. For the participants, enduring the fire is not just a test of physical strength, but a profound demonstration of their faith and commitment to the divine. 7. The Norse Blot sacrifices. In the Viking Age, the Norse people conducted Blot, a sacrificial ritual intended to honor the gods and secure their favor. Blot could involve the sacrifice of animals, such as horses or cattle, but in more significant events, human sacrifices were made. The blood of the sacrificed was collected and smeared on statues of the gods, temple walls, and the participants themselves. The ritual was performed in sacred groves or temples, with the belief that the sacrificial blood nourished the gods and maintained cosmic order. The danger of Blot lay in the potential for violence and retribution, not only from the participants who feared the gods' wrath if the ritual failed, but also from enemies and rivals who could use the chaos of the ritual to strike. 8. The Japanese seppuku, or harakiri, was a ritual form of suicide practiced by samurai in feudal Japan, often to restore honor in the face of disgrace or failure. This ritual involved the samurai disemboweling himself with a short sword, followed by decapitation by a trusted attendant to end the suffering swiftly. Seppuku was not only a personal act of atonement, but also a public statement of the samurai's courage and adherence to the Bushido code. The danger of seppuku was inherent. It was an excruciatingly painful and often drawn-out process. However, it was also a profound expression of honor and commitment to one's principles, seen as a noble and necessary act in the face of dishonor. 9. The Celtic Wicker Man. The ancient Celts were known to practice a form of human sacrifice involving a giant effigy known as the Wicker Man. This structure, made of wicker and filled with live humans and animals, was set ablaze as an offering to the gods during times of great need, such as war or famine. The exact details of the Wicker Man ritual are shrouded in mystery and legend, with much of our knowledge coming from Roman accounts, which may be exaggerated. However, the danger is evident. Being burned alive was one of the most horrific and agonizing deaths imaginable. The ritual served to demonstrate the Celts' willingness to appease their gods at any cost, illustrating the profound belief in the power of sacrifice. The 10th, the Siberian Shamanic Trials. In the remote regions of Siberia, shamans underwent rigorous and often dangerous trials to gain their spiritual powers. These trials could include fasting, exposure to the elements, ingestion of hallucinogenic plants, and even self-inflicted wounds to enter a trance state. The purpose of these trials was to communicate with the spirit world, heal the sick, and predict the future. The danger was twofold: the physical harm from self-mutilation or extreme environmental conditions, and the psychological toll of the intense visions and experiences. Shamans who survived these ordeals were revered as powerful spiritual leaders, but the price of this power was high, often resulting in lasting physical and mental scars. These dangerous rituals from ancient civilizations reflect the lengths to which humans will go in the name of faith, tradition, and power. Each ritual, with its unique blend of danger and devotion, offers a glimpse into the values and beliefs of the societies that practice them. While many of these rituals may seem brutal or incomprehensible by modern standards, they were deeply rooted in the cultural and spiritual fabric of their time. They remind us of the enduring human desire to connect with the divine, to seek control over the uncontrollable, and to find meaning in the mysteries of life and death.